I'm going to go through the moving ELDOA. This is called the General ELDOA. I wanted to go through and really break this down into pieces and then show you how to make it flow with some resistance. So to create some resistance and a little bit of like imaginary pressure, it's a bit of a push-pull action. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's kind of a Tai Chi thing, but imagine a TheraBand stretching and coming back and stretching. We want to do the same kind of thing with our body. Sometimes when I'm teaching ELDOA, I describe that ELDOA spine almost like a movement, a spinal breath. On our inhale, our spine gets a little longer and the curves get bigger, and on our exhale, it gets a little smaller. We can use this natural feeling of an accordion-like action, like just a general expansion and contraction, almost like our spine is breathing. We can use that and enhance it when we're doing our ELDOA spine. We want to lengthen out of the curves and strengthen our ability to lift up off of each disc as we work our way up the spine. When we're laying on the floor, we get to use our arms and our limbs, and we do this kind of push-pull. Now, when we're laying on our back, it can get a little confusing, winding and unwinding. What is winding out? What is winding in? It can feel a little bit confusing. So I thought I'd show you just before we lay down. So we reach the hands out. This is winding out. This would be winding in. Whenever we go towards the center of our body, we say in. And when we're moving outwards, away from the center, so whether it's down by our body, or it's up in the air, or it's up here, it's similar. So away from the center line is winding out, and towards is winding in. So we will be turning our legs a little bit in, winding in, and we will be turning our hands out. So that can be confusing for people. So I just thought I would go through that before I lay on my back. So we're going to be laying on our back. We're going to have our knees up into our chest. I'm going to cross my hands. So in this moving ELDOA, the General ELDOA, we do opposite hand to opposite leg. I'm going to lower my right foot down, and I'm just going to lower it straight down to find the floor. As I do that, I'm going to release the opposite hand, my left hand. I'm going to wind my thumb out. So again, we do that little winding away from the center. I'm going to flex this foot. Now I want my heel to find the center line just beneath my tailbone. So I'm going to slide that out. Notice I'm flexing both feet. I didn't do this part here. I'm going to bend at the wrist and start to guide this arm towards my ear, but you go where you can. Maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here. I'm going to push through my hand, push through my heel, flatten my ribs, do my ELDOA spine, and then I'm going to push so much through my heel that the leg begins to float up. I'm not going to kick my leg. I'm going to imagine some resistance. Once I run out of space, I'm going to bend my knee and come back. Let's do the other side. The left heel finds the ground. I open the palm, bend at the wrist. Both feet are going to flex. I'm going to find that line right under my tailbone. Guide your arm towards your ear. Don't worry about the arm. The arm can stay in line with your shoulder. Push through your heel, push through your hand, flatten the ribs. Begin to float your leg up. And either your flexibility will tell you you can't go any further, or you run out of the tension. The tension goes away, we come back. Let's do the first side, lowering that right heel, left hand, bend at the wrist, push through the heels. Flexing both feet, flatten the ribs, push through your palm. Now, instead of pointing my fingers down to the ground, I want to point my fingers to the wall away from me. Then float the leg up, keep the connection through the spine, and everything folds in. Left side, flex both feet, find that center line as you stretch your leg, push through the palm, flatten your ribs, create so much pressure that you have to float the leg up, and close everything in. You might be able to even find a nice breath that coordinates with this. I'm inhaling as I'm sliding my leg out, and then I'm going to exhale. Push through my heel, flatten, flatten as I begin to float the leg up. I'm going to inhale, bring everything in to the center as I exhale. Find the other side, open the palm, inhale as you're stretching everything out. Exhale as you push through the hand, push through the heel and flatten everything. The leg floats up. Fold everything in. And now we've done 3 sets. So we're just going to lower our feet down, palms on the belly, and just wiggle your whole spine and take a few breaths to relax. So this is a moving ELDOA that helps to move the cerebrospinal fluid. That's this crystalline fluid that flows up and down your spine. And this practice was created by a French osteopath. So this General ELDOA, as we call it, is the moving ELDOA to help encourage that cerebrospinal fluid to get back into its flow. And as we're stretching the fascia of the spine, the dura mater, we start to unblock these little areas where that fluid can get stuck. So I hope this was helpful for you. And yeah, feel free to ask me any questions or yeah, and send me a message if you have more questions for me. Thank you.